everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another movie review. Actually, it's an anime movie, and this movie originally came out in 2006, but of course, being dubbed, it comes to the States a little bit later. Japan, you get all the best stuff. Curses. I don't really mean that. I say that in tongue in cheek. I don't really mean it. I love Japan and always will, and forever will be a Japanophile. With that being said, the film itself is actually really well done. It is based on the manga of the same name. I never read the manga, but I do know it's about a character who is in her adolescence, and she has the ability to leap through time. And I'm not going to say whether it's forward or backward, because if I do, I will reveal a small plot point which really makes up the entirety of the movie. The movie is just extremely detailed, and every scene that we see Motoko in, and she has two friends. She's kind of one of the boys. She plays baseball with them. And it's really quite intriguing to see their camaraderie and their dynamic. And Japan does a really good job of really fleshing out a character and what drives a character and the psychology behind what they do, how they interact. And I find it just absolutely fascinating. That's why I love anime as much as I do, because as the name suggests, it is the anima, it's the soul. So it's an aptly chosen name for the genre. When people, I usually don't have a lot of quibbles, but if somebody calls it a cartoon, I get a little bit unnerved. I think, no, don't call it that, please. Twitch. It's not a cartoon! And I go full on Hulk on them, but yeah, that's the only thing that kind of really makes me mad. But needless to say, if people want to call it that, then yeah, let them call it that, because they're not entirely wrong. But the girl who leapt through time is it's a magnificent story of love and loss and change. And if you had that kind of ability, how would you use it? And she's faced with a situation, a dilemma, if you will, of moral proportions and ethical implications, and you think, oh no, why? But what would you do? That was what I was asking myself. How would I have handled the situation differently from Motoko? I honestly can't say what I would do or what I wouldn't do if I had that kind of ability. And I have a character that I have created who is a quantum jumper, and she didn't start out as one, but she actually she evolved to become one. It didn't happen overnight. She had to go through meditation in order to attain that kind of ability, and just the ease of jumping wherever and whenever she so chose. And she became powerful enough to have god-like abilities and create her own planet, but that's neither here nor there. But she's one of my favorites of all time. She's very near and dear to my heart, because a lot of my characteristics I put into her. And her more shadowy qualities I put into the opposite, her shadow self, as to say. But she convinces her shadow self not to be so murderous. But again, I'm off topic. I digress. I noticed, like in every anime film I've seen done by any studio of caliber, like Madhouse. In this case, it was Madhouse and Kodawa Studios. I thought, yes, two of my favorites amongst many others I can't think off the top. Well, Ghibli stands out as the acme of all anime studios, as we well know. But Madhouse is just top of the top of the top. And no matter what Madhouse puts out, whether it's a film or a series, it's quality, and you're going to be in for one heck of a ride, because they do a lot of weird things, like this particular film. And this movie, it's very trippy. It has the same kind of feel as Summer Wars. It had that kind of, I'm thinking it's similar to Summer Wars in that aspect, even though Summer Wars is a completely different story. I loved it. I think it was absolutely spectacular. I recommend it to everyone who loves anime. If you love time travel, yeah, this is one of those movies that will make you think, what, and you're just shaking your head, thinking, really, it was something that kind of threw me off at once, and I wasn't expecting that what happened to have happened. I won't say what it is, but you think, oh, and then you're heartbroken as the ending is kind of bittersweet in a way, but that's not the way I would have written it, because I'm a real sap when it comes to happy endings. But not every ending can be happy. It wasn't entirely sad, but it wasn't entirely happy either. I'll just leave that for further discussion, and you can digest that as you will if you've seen it and you understand why I say that. I don't know what else to say about The Girl Who Left Through Time, other than it's a very solid film. Just the attention to detail, the different scenes where you see just slice of life. I think it's a slice of life film. It really is, because it's her life. And it just has a little bit of a sci-fi twist, which I love. I think, this is absolutely sensational. And it's really one of those movies that keeps you engaged, and you really empathize with her character, because, like I said, she's thrown into a dilemma. And I'm kind of wondering if the writer for Infinity Train was inspired by this particular film, and I'm not going to say why, but there's a scene in it with Motoko that really made me think. I thought, yep, the creator of Infinity Train was definitely inspired by that, but that's a small hint as to what Motoko actually views, and I won't say what it is, but if you know anything about Infinity Train, then you know where I'm going with that. But I don't know if any of you fellow gardeners have a similar take on what I just said, but that's a small spoiler that I'm going to just put a pin in and just leave for discussion. Other than that, I can't say that much else about the movie in and of itself, other than it's absolutely sensational. It's astronomically done. Voice acting was pretty solid, believable. Funimation does a really good job. Funimation, man. Other than Viz Studios, I think Funimation is, they're among the finest studios in the business. Used to be ADV when they did Evangelion, but of course, now we have studios who really want to produce high quality content, so there you go. That's about all I have to say, so until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao tutti.